Hey, Cosmic Superstars. My name is Teo, and welcome to Honest Flow. Now, Honest Flow is a channel for having honest conversations. And on that note, I want to remind everyone that these videos that I make, these honest conversations that I have, aren't always going to be easy and light-hearted. They can be highly triggering. Now, on that note, I really want you to also know that it is not my intent to shame or guilt or hurt people, but it is my intent to highlight the truth about certain behaviors or habits that aren't serving someone, that aren't serving you, because I really want to help. I want to uplift people. I want people to level up, to up their game, because I just want people around me to be happy. That's all it is. Like, I have never been a competitive person, like, ever. I've had people compete with me, but I'm always like, but why? Why are you doing this when I'm not even doing the same with you? I don't get it. But yeah, I am just here to help, and I just really wanted to sort of slide that little warning in just so people know that yeah, my videos aren't designed to be always light and fluffy. It is designed to sort of trigger something inside of people and get people really thinking, really contemplating. Yeah, just to simply help them, because I want people to move forward in life. I want people to grow. I want people to be where I am. And for those of you who don't know, am in a pretty good place in my life right now. And no, that's not to say I'm some billionaire, but who says I can't be? I'm still working towards that. I'm still growing. I'm still expanding. But yeah, I am in a good place. I am, married to my soulmate, and I have a decent job, and I get to do my side hobbies. And I only work 4 days a week right now in my day job, I mean. But yeah, so I'm living a good life, and I feel that others can do the same too. And it's not hard to get to once you decide to take the right steps towards it, right? I mean, that's not to say it's going to be easy and it requires no effort. It's going to require effort, guys, and it's going to require deep inner work on your behalf. But yeah, I just really wanted to sort of express that before we start on today's video. And also, excuse the scruffy hair, excuse the short eyebrows. I could not be bothered drawing my eyebrows today for you guys. But yeah, because I just wanted to jump on and talk about today's topic. And to be honest, there's a lot of things I really want to talk about. I'm always getting all these downloads when I'm in the shower of different things that I should be speaking about and sharing, and better to share earlier than later, because the earlier I share, the earlier I can help people, right? And shift humanity, hopefully. But yeah, so today's topic, I think, is no, I think I know, is going to be about control and perfectionism. And this is something that I have noticed for a long time causes a lot of suffering for people, and even manifests into illness and disease or issues. Right. And I just wanted to sort of touch on this and get people thinking about how perhaps they need to sort of let go of the reins, let go of the need to know everything, to be certain about things before they move forward. And yeah, just let go of the control and let go of that desire to portray and develop this perfect life, because there's no such thing as perfect, guys. You may follow a bunch of people on Instagram and think, oh wow, their life is so perfect. But guys, if you didn't watch one of my other videos that mentioned, for F's sake, guys, everyone suffers and has problems. This is of me reminding you once again, everyone has problems. There's no such thing as perfect. So please, please, please let go of it. And yeah, let me rewind for a moment and tell you about this one time where I watched this documentary, and then this sort of thought, um, I was going to say something, sorry, where this thought or insight came flowing through. So I was watching some documentary many years back. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Gaia TV, but it was some sort of spiritual healing type of documentary. And on this documentary, there was a lady who had expressed that for a big chunk of her life, she did everything right, and she lived a pretty healthy lifestyle, like barely ate sugar, was eating well, exercising every day, very sort of strict and structured regime and routines, right? Yet, having done all the right things, she still somehow manifested a chronic illness. She still somehow manifested cancer. And I remember in that moment when she revealed that she manifested that, this voice went ping in my head. It's like, yeah, you know why you've manifested that? Because you're too controlled. That controlling behavior, that judgment of others who don't live the same as you, that's what's probably caused this. Yep. Yeah, I do get these weird moments where voices come in, or not voices, but there's this one loud voice that goes that drops insights into my mind, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so I really wanted people to really think about that and really start looking at and considering where they could be too much sort of, yeah, in control, because that energy is quite restrictive when you're trying to keep everything under control, right? And this is how it feels to me, like, because I'm clairsentient, I feel things, and so I express with my hands. So that control type energy, it's very restricted. What you're doing is you're pulling your energy in and containing it when it's not meant to be contained. And this constant battle and resistance with not allowing things to just be, this inability to just surrender and trust in the process of life, and then just wanting everything to always operate a certain way, causes tension, causes stress, and then that eventually creates blockages in your body and manifests into disease. Please understand that when you're operating as a control freak, as a perfectionist, you're causing a lot of issues for later down the track. And it's important that you learn the art of living with the flow, live and let live. And yeah, just being a free spirit. Because yeah, you have to understand, like, no matter how much you want to control your life and get things right, it can be taken away from you at any given moment. The divine God can jump in at any given moment and drop some like mega life milestones, like destroy your structure by perhaps taking something precious from you away from you, making you lose your job suddenly, things like that. Like, the divine, the creator of the universe, can jump in at any given point and ruin that structure that you're trying to create. And it's all about teaching you to let go and surrender and just live in flow. When you're living in flow and when you're not bothered by when certain things change, you're going to find peace. Like, really, you are. And I just, yeah, feel that it's important for people to know that and to not be so strict and hard on themselves. I know a lot of people that who, how can I say, have very strict routines, I guess, or very disciplined with certain things, like must go to gym at this time, and they're really pushing themselves to build this perfect body image. And good on them for doing that, because that's a self-love practice in itself. But don't be so hard on yourself when you have a day where you missed, say, your gym practice or some sort of routine that you're meant to do. That, yeah, if you break your pattern or routine, don't be so hard on yourself. And also, like, things like meals, or like suddenly you crave sugar and then you eat a cake when you're not meant to. Again, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, let yourself enjoy life and live in the moment. Like, life is not about restriction and rules and living by the book. It's about moderation. If you do everything in moderation, it's going to be fine. And it's funny because there are people who out there who like party and smoke all the time, and you see that they live longer than those Like some of them, not all of them, obviously, but you'll see some just having this party lifestyle, yet they somehow live longer than certain people who have very strict routines or very, yeah, just by the book lifestyle, right? And I often feel like those who run by the book also tend to hold a lot of judgment towards those who aren't by the book. And let me tell you, judgment is another thing that can cause issues down the track. If you're that, how can I say? I'm just gonna say, you're that really by the book godly person, like, oh, I do everything right. Yet everywhere you look, you're judging. It's like, oh, that person's gonna go to hell. That person's gonna go to hell. That person's gonna go to hell. Oh, look at what they're doing. I would never do that. Let me tell you that judgment that you're throwing out everywhere, that's going to come back to you. Like, that's going to cause you issues. And yeah, I just really wanted to just briefly touch on this topic because I feel like it really restricts people from growing and moving forward in life and causes stagnation and blockages, whether you believe it or not. But please believe rather than not believe, or just be open to believing in what I'm saying. And even things like trigger alert for those of you who've been trying to get pregnant and are struggling to get pregnant, I just want you to understand something. If you've been putting a lot of pressure and been really like disciplined in a sense, trying to do everything by the book, like you've started researching all these things and you're like, oh, I need to do this, do this, do this, do this, and you're still finding that you're not able to get pregnant, I'll tell you what the real issue is. It's because you're putting so much stress on yourself to get it right, to get it perfect. You're really in a controlled environment where spirit, God, creator just wants you to relax, just let go and be like, whatever happens, happens. I trust in the process. Yes, I really want a child right now, but clearly it's not working. So maybe I just need to let go and enjoy life and just be free. And it's always interesting because I've seen from people I know who tried to have children, yet the moment they gave up, the moment they let go of the control and just like wanting, desperately wanting, a few months later, following year, guess what? They get pregnant. And yeah, this is the thing about, yeah, control, perfectionism, trying to do things right by the book. It really can cause blockages and stops you from flowing. And if you want to flow, you've got to let go, let it expand, let your energy do its thing, trust in the process. Anyway, I just really wanted to briefly touch on that because I thought it was important to do so. Thank you for listening. Love you guys.